there was something else that I want to share and why I'm interested in this super soldier events that I'm watching on YouTube recently. Well, I noticed with myself as a child this timidity and fear. Now, yes, control. My family was very controlling, but I felt it went beyond, and that this fear that I had was something was causing it that I just didn't know. It wasn't just because I'm just timid. And I had this fear of water. I remember taking a bath, and I was afraid of the water because I thought, like, in the tub, water reflects everything that's, things in it. Like if you have like bottles of shampoo, it'll cast a shadow on the water, and you see those shadows, the reflections of things. But I was super afraid of the water because I thought something was in the water. And I also remember um, around the same time we went to a neighbor's pool, and then we were all in the water, and then um, someone in my family kind of picked me up in the water and threw me in play. I panic and I'm drowning and I'm gobbling water. And then they pulled me out, and I just coughed it up. I went to this place called Swinging Bridges that's in Maui, a really nice little spot, and they have this like this water, cascading down, and behind the cascade is like a little cove or something that you can stand behind. And I got there okay, but then now we had to. The game was to go through the cascade, and fear hit me, and I said, no, I can't go it. I can't do it. So one of the guy that invited me, I was in him. He was a real big, muscular guy. And he loves water. He said, I just swing you. You swim on my back. You hold on my back, and I swim. And then I kind of dive under, not dive, but go under the water where the cascade was, and then pop back up. And when he started to do that, to swim towards it, I went in a panic mode and started scratching. He said, "Oh, you scratch me like a cat." I forget how they got me out. I think maybe they went around it. Because it just something like a fear hit me from deep. And then it's what's surprising about it is like, where did this thing come from? You know? And as a child being thrown, I mean, they were all we were already in the water, but it was something that freaked me out. And yeah, so things like that. So I'm wondering whether a trauma happened. And again, with this mind control with the children that they traumatize them, one of the traumas is to drown them. That's what's triggering me. That's what caught my interest when I was listening to the story. And another thing was that it was this was told to me recently, maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And the person is telling me that they're walking and that they notice that they, like in the corner of their eye, they saw this individual, a man, dressed in regular modern clothes, and then he disappeared in front of his eyes. And this happened several times. Different people. One person was bent down, on the sidewalk, and then they too vanished in front of his eyes. So I'm wondering whether the person who's telling me this story, whether they were abducted, whether they're being, followed like a test, like that, like whatever was done, now they're following up as adults. The other thing that I want to mention is that I remember, and I mentioned this before, I was like in my room, my old room in the attic in my parents' home. And I remember that I was like I was upset about something, I was crying, and then I started to get paralyzed, and I couldn't move. My mind is awake. I said, what's going on? I mean, I took to a psychic. They said, oh, you're just going in a different dimensions, whatever, like a communication. But he said it as if that like a meditation. No, this is not no meditation. This was something being done to me. Some people say, oh, you're just comfortable in the room and you just, going with the flow with it and you got in a meditative state. I wasn't in any something was happening to me that's beyond my doing. And then let's see, there's something else. Um, I 5 years ago, again, everything was good. Everything's good. Relaxed. This is a weekend. I was making a nice, eating a nice lunch, comfort food. And I'm talking, like a prayer. You're talking to the universe, just giving your thanks, whatever. And something, my perspective started to change, something. And then it resulted in a panic attack. Right? I think at that time that I knew something was happening. I felt something happening within my being, more in my head. And this happened twice. I remember, yeah, it happened in the West Indies too. Again, everything's cool, and I'm just talking to the universe. Even just feeling good. I was a Christian back then, and it says something, and it results in a panic attack. And it's out of the norm. Never had something like that happen outside of those two events. And again, the last event happened 5 years ago. But the panic is like I became oversensitive in my like things that I look at, what's happening, it was changing, and it didn't make any sense. I said, why am I was starting to be afraid to go outside, and then I was afraid to stay inside because I felt cramped. This happened right after I took, I finished my studies, from college. And that's when all this happened. And again, I thought everything, you know, um, my life was going to be better. Here, I just graduated from my master's program in college, and I thought I was going to get a new life and doing new work. And boom, this thing happens to me. Makes no sense whatsoever. I feel like I'm being controlled by something that, like I'm trying to break out of the matrix, and then these things are happening. Tremendous. And what else? What else? Yeah, I think when that person shared me that they saw someone appear and then disappear in front of their eyes, it's making me believe in the that this world is not what you think it is. There's more to it. And this Star Trek thing is not just Star Trek, that is based on reality, a reality that they don't want the masses to know. And I know of someone else that their mind is, the memory, it's changing, it's decreasing. And this person was having this buzzing thing come from them that I witnessed, that I felt. It's some type of, I think, implant. And then recently, we started last year in, I think, March or April. Maybe it's in March. That buzzing, that I started to get this vibration. It's at the base of the spine. Yeah, but, New Ages would probably say, oh, could your Kundalini, whatever. It could be, but still, that like I did learn about moving your own energy, and I can get the energy moving, but it's very light. You can, just a slight tingle. But this thing was in a very concentrated area and extremely intense. And I know it's outside of my doing. So I feel that something is tracking me. And so when I was so-called praying, whatever, that it was activating something and it was trying to do something or getting communion with me or something. Oh, I almost forgot something else. I used to live in St. Thomas, I told many of you. I said in past videos. And I'm driving my car, and a voice inside my head, it wasn't something outside, communicated something to me. It was very spiritual. And I said, wow, this is, it really, to this day, I'm just really captivated about that. So I think with all those little pieces or evidence, it's telling me there's something more about my life. Something communicated with me, and something is causing now these vibrations, whatever. And I want to get to the root of this. I don't want to run from it. And I know my life, the things that are happening, the people that I'm meeting is not by chance. So I guess with this video, this would be like a part 2 of the video that I just did earlier. So again, definitely if you had experiences or things that, similar to what I'm talking about, comment below. Share what happened to you. Okay? So yes, feel free, as I said, to comment below, to share this video with friends or family members. You can subscribe to my channel. And again, if those of you who like this this content and my channel, please feel free to donate to support my endeavors here. And I have a PayPal me account, and you'll see that link on my channel. On the top part of the channel is the icon that you can see for PayPal me. And any gift amount will be appreciated. So I thank you in advance and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.